Good morning and welcome. Happy Thursday to everybody. As you can see this morning, yes, the one without a kidney or without two kidneys is back. The other Rabbi Rickman, yes, my brother is back post his operation this morning. And today we are honored to welcome someone very, very special at the bottom of our screen, Rabbanit Heber, whose husband, Zichronah Livracha, he set up this amazing charity that my brother connected with in order to donate his kidney. So good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So Rabbanit, tell us how did the charity Matnat Chaim, how did it come about?
So 14 years ago, my husband, Rabbi Heber, wasn't feeling well. We didn't know what it was, but one day he actually fainted on the street, and they took him in an ambulance to the hospital, and they found that his kidneys don't work. So from 1 minute to the other, he started dialysis in the hospital, in the emergency room, and we started new life. In the dialysis ward, he met a boy, 19 years old, that his only brother, Yair, was killed in a terror, excuse my English, attack, and he stayed an only son. His name was Pinchas Turgeman. He was sitting next to my husband in the dialysis ward. When my husband, after 9 months, went to a kidney transplant, a very good friend, donated his kidney to my husband. So Pinchas, for him, it was very, very hard that my husband is leaving him. And he said, Rabbi Heber, don't leave me behind. I want to be a father. I want to have children. I want to have a family. Please take care of me and try to find me a kidney also. So my husband told him that she's going to try. And then 6 weeks after my husband's transplant, he actually wanted to find a donor for Pinchas. Those days, 14 years ago, there wasn't altruistic donations here in Israel, only in the family. And we started to look and to search for a donor. We were in the newspapers and wherever. And then finally we found someone that was willing to donate the kidney. Those times it was a very hard process, a very long process, and then 11 months it took. 2 weeks before Pinchas had his date for the transplant, his father called us one morning and he said that Pinchas got a heart attack on the way to dialysis and died. Then the father was shouting and saying, 2 sons I had. One died in the terror, and one died in the dialysis attack. That day, when Pinchas died, that was the birthday of our organization. It's called Matnat Chaim, a gift of life. Then my husband said, no more people should die in dialysis. It can't be like that. We have to take care of them. So then he started to take care or to think what to do and how to open something in order to help people that suffer. At the first year, it was 2008 or 2009. We had 4 transplants here in Israel. The second year we had 11, and this year, 2021, which just now we finished. We had 215 transplants here in Israel. We also had 5 or 6 transplants in England at the Royal Free in London. Also trying to help people there also, and we're here since then. We had 1,160 transplants. I don't remember, Rabbi Rickman, which number you were.
1,153.
Okay. Wow.
So,
I'm very proud of that number.
Yeah.
It sounds like a very common, almost Jewish concept here. I remember learning in the past that the Hatzalah organization also began through a tragic situation that turned around, and then someone in America had a heart attack, and then his friend started the Hatzalah. It seems to be a very Jewish concept that tragedy can often be the start of something very, very positive. Natan, how did you hear about this charity?
So like I said on the last call, I've really been exposed and aware of organ donation, and then I think when I thought about it, it was just a simple Google search. Actually, I was thinking about organ donation. I had heard what happened to Rabbi Heber at the beginning of COVID. I saw the news of his passing, and that definitely grounded the idea of Matnat Chayim in my mind. And when I started to be more active, so it was an easy search to find them.
If you think about, we're talking about Matnat Chayim, the gift of life. So how many billions of people in the world over the last month have just given presents? And sometimes the presents we give, they go in the dustbin very quickly. They break. Or the box for a child is more exciting than the gift that's inside the box. And our gifts don't really have a value, but here we have a value, literally giving the gift of life to different people. How would you like to see the charity grow? What dreams do you have for the organization?
Well, my husband really had a dream. His dream was to finish the list of people who are waiting for transplant, because to be in dialysis is not to live almost. People in dialysis are not allowed to drink, are not allowed to eat most of the food, and they suffer. Some of them don't exist, and they're so he wanted them just to go out and just to finish. And the list is shrinking, actually. Thank God. And we are that this is our dream. You always told the nurses in the dialysis door that when people are going out of dialysis, he's going to make them all switch to be to deliver babies. So this is our dream, and we have good people here that are actually going to the surgery room, taking a kidney, which and wrapping it in such a nice wrap, and giving it with all the love to someone that they don't know or they didn't know.
Yeah. So Natan, tell us, the day that we spoke before the surgery, the day of the surgery arrived, what feelings were you going through?
So it was a really, obviously a very, intense period. I stayed in the hospital overnight, so being in the hospital room, alone and waking up, and the weather in Israel then it was stormy and it was very cloudy, so like very dramatic. I davened in my room and I got ready and it was like a very I was very excited, but it was like it felt like a very serious moment. But like I said previously, I had nothing I could really do. Like I couldn't prepare myself. I couldn't, do 25 more push-ups or press-ups or, get myself a little bit healthier, because it was just the kidney they were taking, and it is as it is. But it was a very exciting and powerful moment as I, prepared myself, and then I went out of the room, and then I went downstairs into the waiting room on the bed, and I, as I took my keeper and my glasses off, and I was like, and then I said goodbye to my wife, and I'm just lying there, and they wheel you in, and it's really I had so many thoughts running through my head, but I just really tried to focus, to push down the obvious fears and trepidations of the unknown, to really focus on that unique ability just to help, and to believe that there's a person who I don't know yet who is waiting for this gift, and please God, as we'll talk about soon, how it's really made a huge impact on
so
someone
let's
else's
jump forward.
life.
So I know from having spoken to you obviously over the last few weeks, yes, brothers do speak to each other. It's true. This is not Cain and Abel. We're close brothers. So just because
same color shirts.
I know that was not. Don't do a wardrobe check and look at that. Anyway, share, because it's funny. You got home after the operation. Your kids, the Abba's been away from home for a few days, gone through an operation. What do your girls say, and how did your son react? I think it's a funny comment.
So the girls were all very excited to have me back, and eager to help me up the stairs, and to help me, make sure that I'm comfortable, and and they know and my pillows are okay, and if I need a drink or whatever I need, they were very excited. Our 5-year-old son, all he wanted to do was see my scars. He was like, just show me where they cut you. And he was like, interesting, is it a very long cut? Is there a shorter cut? And that was his real interest in the whole thing, which was quite funny.
We've only got about 2.5 minutes left of our assembly time this morning. So you didn't know the lady who was going to receive your kidney beforehand. And that's, I think, part of the magic of what you've created, that it really is altruistic giving. You don't know, there's no money involved, there's no holidays involved, it's just the love to want to give. What's it like having met the lady who's carrying around your kidney or your former kidney inside of her body, giving her life?
So it was really very special. So after the operation, I was recovering in the hospital bed, and the transplant team comes in and say, okay, Natan, are you ready to go meet to Rivka, the lady that received the kidney? And I'm like, listen, I really can't move. I don't know. I'm in pain. They're like, okay, but she's waiting to see you. And I'm like, how can this be? Like, I was like a healthy guy, and she wasn't so healthy. And like, they're like, don't worry, whenever you're ready. So later that evening, with the help of Daniela, I got out of bed, and I shuffled down the hallway, and I got to her room, and I knocked on the door, and I said, hi Rivka, this is Natan, nice to meet you. And there was an unspoken rush of emotion from both sides. Her immense gratitude of receiving this her potential, hopefully this gift of life, and me seeing her and like realizing how special it meant to her, and my ability to just to help. And it was overwhelming, and in a moment we created a very special bond, and since that evening I've met a lot of her children and some of her grandchildren, and with Rivka I'm in contact on a daily basis. We talk, and she's concerned that I should be back to 100%. I shouldn't have any slowness in my recovery, and obviously I'm concerned that she should be healthy and live a normal life. And that's amazing, and it's amazing just to have that opportunity. It's almost indescribable.
We've come to the end of our time this morning. Rabbanit, any final thoughts that you want to share with our students, with people who are going to watch this video all over the world?
I do want to tell the children, the students, not everyone could donate a kidney, but everyone could donate something. You could donate a smile and give a smile to your friend. You could donate an ear, just to hear someone, to hear your friend a compliment, a good advice. Even if you can, donate to donate a kidney, not everyone could, but we always have to. We could give gifts of life, whoever needs. And Natan, you have a very special name. I'm just thinking about your parents gave you a name Natan
to give.
You gave life.
Yeah.
So who would have thought?
Yeah.
Natan, Rabbanit, thank you so much. Anything you want to add, Natan, before we go?
Thank you very much.
No,
Maybe I'll get invited back again.
Yeah, we wish you refuah. You should continue to get stronger and stronger back to 100%. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
You're both incredible people. You should only give blessings and brachot until you finish that list. There are no more sick people. Amen. And the world should be healed.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Amen.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you.